There is much more going on than meets the eye. The adventure begins here.
Cool.
And that's how trades are done on CS Money. With Hellcase multi-cases, you're no longer restricted by random case opening mechanisms. Now, you are able to pick any of the cells containing skins and actually determine what you win. Use the promo code and dive right in.
Oh no, we're already jumping into the piss around apparently, and it's pretty much over at this point, as it's all up to Freddy.Bet to try to get this clutch in against 5 players here for Team Spirit, which I don't think is going to be too possible here for Freddy, and, well, he does get one more kill, and could try to give his best shot, but he won't succeed against Dima, and, yeah, it is a bit of a shame, guys, that we end up tuning in so late. The advertisements definitely took their sweet time to play, and, well, the good thing is that at the very least we're finally here. A welcome to all of you tuning in. This is, of course, our StarSeries Season 7 European qualifiers, and we have reached the playoffs, and in this case, the semifinals. It's Team Spirit going up against Red Reserve, and so far, this being the map pick of Team Spirit, they're able to get the job done. You know, they pick up the pistol round, and they should find some success in this upcoming round. As you can see, they have the superior equipment here in comparison to what Red Reserve have to offer, and look at that. That's actually quite a fast push here from Team Spirit. Right towards the ramp area. This is where Draken is going to be seeing a lot of players coming his way, or he won't see. Yep, not be able to do too much there as Sophic takes him out. That's going to be bomb plan here for Team Spirit players, and interestingly enough, Goldie tries to win that fight against Grux and Hampus, which he does not succeed in doing so. I'd be too surprised if the Red Reserve players still going to try to find some frags here. I mean, in this case, even though it is a force by here from the CTs, you're still hoping to get something done here. Especially being a force ban and all that. That's okay. That's some interesting stuff there, Dima. I mean, I kind of see what he was doing there. You know, he didn't want to give the AK-47 to the opponents, but at the same time, you end up putting yourself in a detrimental position, which, all right. That's just not gonna matter too much here for the likes of Team Spirit. Can they actually survive the bomb plan here? We'll see. And in fact, they do. That is pretty smart stuff here from Team Spirit. I actually haven't seen a single team do that. But that is some definitely smart stuff here from the T side. Right, of course, with that round being picked up here for the Spirit players, this time round you're going to be going up against still a somewhat decent investment here from Red Reserve. As they were able to keep some of those armors from the previous round, they still have the AK-47 here in their hands of Grux. So overall, it's not looking too shabby here for Red Reserve. Freddy.Bet definitely hears a lot of players passing right by him. Not sure if he can find a single kill so far, but he's definitely stuck there in the smoke, and they don't even see him. So this is where Freddy.Bet can make his move, but he's been spotted out, and yeah, he's gonna get taken down there by the Daft Coast Mac 10. Overall, this is looking like a pretty good round here for this Team Spirit players. They're making their way onto the B bomb site. It looks like only Lonesome Hampus here. Oh, in fact, Draken is also on the B bomb site. Seems to be able to get something done here in this position. As we can see, Team Spirit are definitely using quite a lot of utility here in the bomb site. Of course, now Draken reveals his position. There's a second kill for Draken. And right now, I think Team Spirit might have to reevaluate their options here. Surely they can continue on pushing with the bomb site, but as we can see, this is a pretty solid hold here by Red Reserve. CTs right now just holding on to their ground. Of course, Tapos knows the position here. Hampus, he tries to win the fight, and well, Coldy goes down. that will be a round here for Red Reserve, and a pretty good one at that. Saw pretty good defensive there from Hampus and Draken alike, and on the back of it, they're able to acquire themselves the round. Some definitely good stuff here by the CT players. Doesn't look like they're going to be slowing down anytime soon. It's already Red Reserve's Draken with the 8 OP purchase. Of course, same goes here for Dafkos, 2 sniper rifle players. Gonna be battling out, I guess, towards outside. I do believe that is where Draken is heading at. Not sure where Dafkos is. Ah, okay, now we see where Dafkos is stationed at. Not sure if he's gonna be able to win this fight against Draken, but there's definitely a couple players coming his way. In fact, it might just be Team Spirit bringing the fight here onto Red Reserve's turf, and so far so good here for Red Reserve. Able to stop the offensive for now, and Rusty goes down. This means that the A bomb set is actually empty. They can very easily push on here forward. But as we can see, even though they might just have themselves bombs to control, I don't think they're going to be anticipating Grux to be in this position. This is some great movement from him. This flank right now could be off the essence here, I think. Yep, definitely see Sotfik in that position. Right now, if you're Team Spirit, you're going to have to be very careful of a lot of avenues of attack. Of course, there's players like Grux coming in there for Squeaky. It means that Young now left in a very difficult 1-on-3 scenario. That's going to be the round here for Red Reserve. And I'll admit, a very nice retake here from the Swedes. And would you look at that? By the looks of things, Red Reserve have reset the economy here from Team Spirit, so obviously this is going to be one of them rounds where the terrorists will decide to go for what seems to be a bit of an eco here. We do have guys like Colino, Davkos, and Sotfik as well purchasing the upgraded pistols, but that's about it here in this round for Team Spirit. So I personally, what I'd love to see in these rounds from teams just try to stick together, and they might just be able to find something here. They try to go for, you know, one of those wacky pushes on the bomb sites where they just have all 5 players coming out here towards outside. Apparently this is where Draken is going to be seeing a lot of players coming his way, or the good thing is that Freddy B is there to help him out. But as we see, if Freddy B goes down, like I said, even though they only have the pistols here, Team Spirit can get something done here. And in fact, I didn't even notice this, but Dima's here at the bomb site getting the bomb down, and of course this means that Team Spirit will now have extra money in this upcoming round, which, oh, Dima, there's some clever stuff from him, but I think Rusty's anticipating this to be the case here. But, well, they definitely see the player there. Unlucky knife attempt here for Dima. He does have, whoops, that's some poor timing from him. You do get to see another round here for Red Reserve, and I mean, even though they end up allowing the Team Spirit players to actually get the bomb down, it's overall pretty good stuff here by Red Reserve. They're able to keep 4 players alive, and that's going to be a pretty good boost here for the CT economy. This is where we yet again get to see Team Spirit, or shall I say Davkos, make the purchase of the 8 OP. Previously, he wasn't able to find too much success in that round. At the same time, I mean, it was quite a fast-paced round from Team Spirit, so maybe they should slow down things quite a bit here to allow Davkos to get entry frags just like that one. That's a pretty good opening here for Team Spirit. With that being said, though, will they actually continue on with their outside hold? Seems to be very plausible here for the CIS team. I wonder where they're going to continue on moving after the first kill. There seems to be one of the players, I think that's, yes, in fact, Sotfik has made his way down towards Secret. So this is already some good positions here for the Team Spirit players. But it doesn't look like they're going to be too content with hitting the upper bomb site. As in fact, we do get to see 3 players actually make their way towards ramp, so something tells me this might just be a B split. By having 3 of the players coming in here for ramp. One of the guys coming in for Secret, and I think there's also some Dayoung maybe holding off here towards Squeaky to make his way towards the vents. Right now, Team Spirit, they continue on with the push here. Some Dayoung has been found out, so that's one flanking player going down. Sotfik somehow wins the fight against Hampus, and now Grux got a lot to do here. And well, it looks like it's going to be a 2-on-2 scenario. Not too bad here for Team Spirit. Still in position to plant the bomb here. With that bomb being planted, I can't say they have the worst positions out here. I mean, Davkos, if he positions himself towards the ramp area, that's going to be so crucial here for Team Spirit. As right now, Rusty and Freddy B Also, they want to try to go for the retake here. It's definitely a possibility here for Red Reserve. If they're able to find the frags quick enough. Coldy right now sees the headshot of Rusty. That's going to be a second kill apparently for Coldy. And most importantly, 3 kills for him to the round and a victory here for Team Spirit. Right, as we can see, the Red Reserve players are very much back with the purchase here. They have the AWP here in the hands of Draken. Most importantly, the other guys themselves have got a decent amount of weaponry here, as well as utility here for the CTs. Team Spirit right now being very careful in their approach here towards the outside area. Gonna try to isolate every possible angle here from the Red Reserve players with those smoke grenades being deployed in the outside area. This will also allow a guy like Sofa to actually cross here towards Secret. Again, he doesn't necessarily have to commit to the secret play. Just the fact that he's there allows us to keep the CTs on their toes to make sure that a push like that doesn't take place. But Freddy B's position has been cleared out. He's able to spot Odima there as well as get the kill. And something tells me this might just be a push here towards the upper bomb side, but is failing here for the Team Spirit players. This, of course, a second kill here for Freddy B. And now at this point, if you're Dafkos alongside Samda Young, I think they might just continue on with pushing at the bomb side, but it's just looking so hard for them. With that bomb now being dropped, Samda Young over to find a frag, but he won't succeed. That's going to be a round here for Red Reserve, and yet again, we could call it a pretty clean round here for the Swedes, as they don't end up losing a single player. And that hold there from Freddy B was, I think, one of the main linchpins why the Swedes were able to win that round. Of course, this round should be quite easy here for Red Reserve. They only have to face the pistols here for Team Spirit. And in fact, something tells me this might just be a double equal here for the Team Spirit players. If they do wish so, obviously they can make the investment on the ninth round, but I think it would be wise to maybe try to save a bit more money, but we'll have to see what they can come up with. So far, this eco isn't looking too bad for them. I mean, that's some pretty good damage being dealt on Grux, but looks like it's still going to be coming to a close here. Coldy, alongside Dafkost, seem to be making their way towards the safe bomb site with the upper area. It's not looking too good here for the Team Spirit players. In fact, like I mentioned earlier, this should be quite a clean round here for Red Reserve, and if they don't end up losing a single player yet again, I mean, oh, Draken got to be quite careful about that reload. And there we go, that's going to be the round here for Red Reserve, and 5 rounds for them in total. Oh, it's simply put at it because of the price reduction. The economy has had a change. I'm not really sure when it happened, but I think it might have happened a couple months ago, or maybe even longer than that, in which CSGO has had a change where the AUG as well as the Krieg, I think they had a price change. They have been minimizing the price of those scoped rifles, thus making them more viable in competitive play. Right now, the Team Spirit players, they've actually made themselves some very quick pace here for bombs, and so far so good here for Team Spirit, as we can see Coley takes down 2 of those individuals. It means that Team Spirit, if they do wish so, they can very easily continue on here with the push on the bomb site. Draken right now being Molotov out, but he still wins the fight against Coley. Can't say it's looking too bad for them, as now it's down to Draken and try to get the clutch in for the team, but I don't necessarily think that's going to happen, as the bomb is very much in the position here of the terrorists. Oh, is it? Is it? It might just be... Oh, it's actually right drop here on the other side, so... Of course, Draken had no idea about it, and well, that's going to be around here the 4th round for Team Spirit. For those who are tuning in, in this best of 3. Our very first map here is in fact the map pick of Team Spirit. They decided to play here on Nuke, which I don't know. I can't really say that this Nuke, or shall I say in general, the way Team Spirit have been playing Nuke has been too convincing. I've seen them actually take big L's in a map like Nuke against teams that don't necessarily even play the map too often. Like, I saw Windstrike just absolutely decimate Team Spirit on Nuke. I think it was like 16-4, as well as the StarSeries Season 7 European qualifiers. But over here against Red Reserve, so far, I mean, 4 rounds to the T side, not looking too bad here. Of course, Draken gonna be seeing a lot of players coming his way. Gotta reposition himself, make sure he can have another fight. That's some good stuff from Draken, but the repick does cost him quite dearly. Oh, that's gonna be a kill here for Sotvic. Right now, they might just actually make their way into the upper bomb set, apparently. It looked like that is what Davkost and some of them are contemplating, but they actually commit to this upper bomb side. Because right now, I don't think they even have a Predator here. Oh, they do here in the form of Freddy B, so Freddy B right behind the vent. That is such a difficult position to be holding. But even though his teammate goes down here, Hampus can actually kill the bomb planter. There we go. That's a good kill here for Hampus. And this puts Davkost in a pretty difficult scenario. Drex from right underneath wins the fight against him. And we should look at that. That's now 6 rounds here for the Red Reserve CT side. And most importantly, they've yet again reset the economy here for Team Spirit. So if they actually want to try to build up some sort of bank here, they must go for yet again another eco. Not sure if it's going to be a double eco. I'd like to see, how is the money looking? Oh, it's around the $2,000 mark. So yeah, you don't necessarily have to go for a double eco here if you're Team Spirit. You know that you got around $2,000 in the upcoming round. Well, if you end up losing this one, you should still have a decent amount of money to invest. Looks like it's going to be a pretty simple play here for Team Spirit. Just a push here at the upper bomb site. They are deploying all that utility, and Draken right behind bomb site might have to struggle here a little bit, but he does have his teammates backing him up. So with that being said, the Team Spirit will end up dropping every single player here, and it's not going to be the most successful of pushes here. 7 rounds here for the CTs. I actually don't really know the win percentage. A team like Red Reserve actually have on a map like Nuke, but if I recall correctly, I think it's something like 50-ish%, I think, I like to say. I think they played the map like 10 or so times, Red Reserve, and I think they won about 50% of those engagements. So, I mean, it's definitely not a very bad track record on a map like Nuke. If anything, you know, coming into this best of 3 series, Team Spirit, this being their own map, we're definitely hoping them to perform a bit higher standard, and so far it's not looking too good for them as every single player in fact drops to the hands of Rusty. This means that Davkost now left in a pretty difficult predicament. I mean, he does have that bomb on his shoulders. Still gonna try to give it his best shot, but I mean, it will be so difficult here for Davkost. Ah, the 10-year veteran coin here in game. Actually, I don't know about you guys, but I actually say that the 5-year veteran coin somehow looks a bit better than a 10-year one. Come on, what do you guys think about that on Twitch chat? Of course, Davkost tries to give it his best shot. Does end up getting 1 kill, but that's going to be about it. Red Reserve now with 8 rounds on the CT side, and it's actually not too bad. I mean, 8 rounds here, quite good, I'd say. I don't know, from my opinion, I'd say that the 5-year veteran coin just fits a bit better aesthetically in the game of Counter-Strike. I mean, I don't know how it does so, but it just feels a bit better, I'd say. But that's obviously just my opinion, folks. You don't necessarily have to follow what I have to say, because my opinion can be absolutely garbage as well. Stick to your own thoughts and tell me what you think, okay? Right now, Team Spirit definitely showing off us here. A simple push here toward the ramp area. Can't really say they're finding too much success here, but right now they're continuing with their push. Brooks now is going to have a lot of players to kill, and in fact, Sophic ends up killing his own buddy, so that's a bit of a shame, but overall, yes, that's going to be another round here for Red Reserve, and as quickly as that, our first half is more or less coming to a close here. An outside smoke grenade to actually allow for one of the Team Spirit players to cross. I think it's actually Saltfish the one that has made the cross here. Now it still looks like Team Spirit players will try to throw down the smoke grenades towards the outside area to allow an individual like Saltfish to actually make his way towards Secret. But as we can already see, I mean, Team Spirit have been making this play pretty much constantly here in the first half, so you can already see a nade being deployed here to make sure, you know, to do some damage there on the legs of Sotvic. Now we might just be seeing a simple push here for the Spirit on the upper bomb state for now. There's some Dayoung getting the kill here on Rusty, but will they actually commit here to the upper bomb state with that kill? I wouldn't be too surprised if they actually do here. There's Draken winning the fight against Coley, but there's still a lot more players to find here. Demo wins a crucial fight against Draken, and with that being said, if you're Team Spirit, you're now in a very good position to plant that bomb and put your players, most importantly, in a good position to win this round. As I mean, you have Hampus and Grux, who is positioned only being anticipated, but Hampus somehow wins the fight. Not too shabby hit for him. The Red Reserve, I think, is the in-game leader for the squad. Not so sure about that, but right now Hampus alongside Grux. I think at this point, if you're the Red Reserve players, why not actually continue on to try to go for the retake? In all honesty, Davkos and Dima don't have the best of position. At least Davkos wins his fight, and so does Dima. So apparently those were, in fact, some good positions there. As Team Spirit were able to win 2 individual engagements, and of course, win the round for the team. 5 rounds here for Team Spirit on the terrorist side. I mean, it's definitely not too bad, I'd say, on a map like Nuke. If, say, the Team Spirit players somehow end up winning the last round of the first half, we can actually call this a pretty good half here for Team Spirit. I think with 6 rounds, they're going to be somewhat satisfied with their performance. Of course, I'd say it's still quite early to call how this round's going to turn out. Sotvic, yet again here towards the outside area. Gonna have his teammates to throw down the smoke grenades for him to actually allow to cross towards Secret. Team Spirit, they seem to have a lot of their players actually grouping up here towards the A bomb site. So something tells me that it might just be a push here yet again on the upper bomb site. There's Hampus with the fight against Dima, and right now Hampus doing a very good job at stopping this push here from the Team Spirit players, and in fact it's going to be the same man, Hampus, getting those free kills, and it will be 10 rounds here for Red Reserve on the city side of Nuke, which, in all fairness, I mean, the guys here from Red Reserve, I'd say they're going to be quite happy about the result. I mean, they didn't end up winning the pistol round, so that's one thing we have to note. And after that, to actually string 10 rounds here in the CD side, I mean, that's actually a pretty good result. Now, of course, my question is, can actually Red Reserve close this one out here? As so far, I mean, Team Spirit, if they end up winning the pistol round themselves, well, they're definitely still in a very good position to actually acquire themselves 10 rounds, and even more than that. We'll see how it's going to turn out here. Red Reserve seem to be going for a pretty simple push here in the A-bomb site, or in fact, there's something stopping the push here, and wait, hold, oh no, Grux actually killed his own teammate. Oh no. Oh man, that's such a shame here for Red Reserve. As right now, I mean, they only have 3 players remaining, which obviously at this point, if you're the Swedes, you're going to continue on pushing forward. In fact, Freddy B is able to do some damage. Hampus gets the kill on some Dayoung. So it may not be it here for Red Reserve. Of course, Freddy B, I was positioning there with Sotvic, already goes in for the pre-fire, so somehow the Swedes are able to pull this one back. Coley does get the fight here against Grux. But right now, we can still see that the positioning here for the Red Reserve players is actually looking pretty decent, especially if they're going to be able to plant the bomb here and have a guy like Freddy B there in the upper area. Right now, Dima making his way right behind the coil. He still finally ends up winning the fight, and now if you're Freddy B, like, he's in such a great position right now, but even so, he wants to try to win these fights against the 2 remaining Team Spirit players. They don't have the fuse kits though, so Freddy B Being very careful in his approach. I think now he knows. He definitely knows that he don't have the defuse kits to work with. So Freddy B definitely has the advantage from the higher ground, but of course the setup here from Coldy and Dima does work out. And Coldy has got plenty of time to get the defuse in, so that will be the 6th round here for Team Spirit. And with that bomb plan here for Red Reserve, I mean, they do have some extra money here in this round, so I actually wouldn't be too surprised if the Swedes decide to go for the force fight here. From their part, I'd completely understand if they want to try to go for it, because you have guys like Hampus, 30B can definitely make the purchase of the of the AK-47, and yeah, that's pretty much going to be the case. All right, let's see how it's going to work out here for Red Reserve. They in fact even have free rifles to work with, so that's actually even better here than I initially anticipated. There's now Freddy making a wrap around here towards garage. Not a single player actually looking towards this outside area. And right now we can see that the control here is for Red Reserve right now. If they do worse, so they can even make their way towards the upper bomb side through the heaven, as it's not being looked at by none of the Team Spirit players. So this is looking very solid stuff here by Red Reserve. Right now, Hampus, like I said, that's definitely a possibility for him to actually make his way towards the upper area. But as we can see, Red Reserve, they know that they already have such a huge advantage. So they're just holding off, maybe hoping to catch off some of these CTs of guard. And well, looks like if anything, there's still going to be some good trades here for Team Spirit. But, I mean, it's still a difficult 2-on-4. Rusty right now, holding off here towards ramp. He is actually a pretty easy target here for Coldy and Dima, as not only Coldy ends up winning the fight, but he also would have had Dima to back him up. And right now, Dima wins that fight. So if anything, Red Reserve should now realize one very simple thing that they saw in the kill feed: 2 different players, so we know the approx positioning of them. Draken right now with the MP9 definitely knows where Coldy is stationed at. Could be able to win this fight here. Draken almost does with the MP9, but right now Dima wins his fight against Grux, and he has to pick out the Glock. Yes, he wins the fight. But of course, I think if you're Dima, going for the defuse here would make a lot of sense. But of course, still wants to win the fight here against Draken, which was also a possibility. Draken quite low in HP, and Draken almost wins the fight against Dima. Some very close stuff here, but the very end, Team Spirit will still be able to clinch that round. And yeah, that's going to be 7 rounds for them on the CT side. I don't know, that was quite a weird round here for Red Reserve, because they were definitely in a very good position to actually win that round. But as we saw, they were in a 4-2 scenario, which they were still hoping, okay guys, before we push on one of the bomb sites, let's try to catch off some of these CTs off guard. But that wasn't necessarily the case, as in fact Red Reserve players, they were the ones losing the aim fights. And when it was down to the 2-on-2, we saw Draken's teammate die pretty early in that post-plant scenario. Maybe if he would have survived a bit longer there, it could have been better chances there for Red Reserve. But that's just contemplating there. That does some pretty good damage being dealt on both Grux and Draken. Right now it does look like the Swedish team will just continue on barreling their way onto this B bomb site. Of course, they are making a lot of noise here, so Team Spirit have actually rotated a couple of their players here. As you can see right now, Team Spirit still holding off their ground here, still looking pretty good here as far as the Team Spirit defensive goes. But you can see that Rusty finds 1 headshot. Something tells me that might just be the only kill he can find here. Red Reserve is now down to Freddy B in this pretty difficult 1-on-4 scenario. Definitely see something like his proximity, but I don't really think Freddy's gonna be able to come out on top of this one. There you go. There's gonna be 8 rounds here for Team Spirit. And at the very least, we can see a proper investment here from Red Reserve. There's gonna be the rifles coming through, with as well as decent amount of utility. So it's definitely, as far as investments are concerned, it is looking pretty good here for Red Reserve. Satvik has put himself in a pretty interesting position. I mean, he's holding off an off angle, so he's definitely in a good position to get 1 kill at the very least. But at the same time, is it worth to get that 1 kill to actually put your team in a 4-on-4 scenario? I mean, let's see if Satvik can succeed here. actually might be the case. I mean, Freddie B is definitely not looking towards him. Yep, the Sophic definitely sees Freddie B in his proximity. Finally gets the kill there, and oh, there's going to be a second heal for Sophic, interestingly enough. That's something I didn't really anticipate. Finally, he goes down, and now that is actually good trade, but as I say so subtly, Hampus puts it back to a 3-on-3, so not as looking too good as I might have thought here. Oh, Draken hasn't been able to sneak past through. Definitely knows the positioning of Coldy right behind the pillars there, and Draken does actually no, he doesn't end winning the fight here against Staff Cost. So this does mean that Team Spirit actually win themselves one more round here on the CT side, and in fact, we should look at that. There's just one round. There's only one round difference between the two teams, so Team Spirit are definitely in a position to actually still end up winning this matchup. Yeah, this is. I'm very much surprised that Sotfi was able to land that second kill. The first one, okay, that's pretty understandable. Freddie B has no idea about your positioning, Sotfi, but the second kill, I mean, that is pretty insane. How he was able to come out on top in that engagement. But yeah, I mean, as I was saying right before we actually switched sides, is that even though Team Spirit, he only ended up winning 5 rounds on the terrorist side, that is still very much enough to get the comeback here on the CT side, as in fact there's only one round difference between the two teams, so get that if you're Team Spirit, and you're definitely on your way to secure yourself the first map, which is of course the map pick here for Team Spirit. For those who are wondering, this is of course the StarSeries Season 7 European qualifiers. The semifinals going on right here right now, and the first map here is the map pick by Team Spirit. The second one will be of course Dust 2, the map pick of Red Reserve. So honestly, I will say in this matchup, if Team Spirit want to be a bit more competitive in the best of 3, they have to win this map. Otherwise, I think it's going to be a pretty one-sided affair here for Red Reserve, because with this new addition of Rusty, they've been actually looking very solid. I'm very much surprised to see that be the case. Because even though Disco Doppler, he was touted as this young Swedish talent for quite some time, and that one day it's going to be the day where we get to see his talent being unleashed in this Red Reserve roster. I mean, it's no secret he has been quite mediocre. So with the addition of Rusty in a Red Reserve, they've been looking pretty solid as a pretty solid unit here. Right now, there's going to be a kill here for Grux. He might just... No, not going to win the fight against Sam Young though. But it's still a pretty good scenario here for Red Reserve to actually cross on the bomb side and get that bomb down if possible. But they're not going to be hitting the A side. It looks like they might just go here towards B side, but Hampus has been softened out by that AWP, and right now, I mean, Draken might just have to try and win this clutch single-handedly, because Hampus is very much far behind him, and I don't think he can do much here, but he still finds a kill here on Daft Coast, interestingly enough. Right now, Sam Young alongside Dima gonna be sticking together in this post-plant scenario. The bomb is not really planted here for Draken, but as we can see, Hampus, he might just be able to get the kill here on Dima if he opens up the door. He doesn't. Dima has the stick in the defuse there. Sam Young finally lands the kill, but I think there's barely any time for Sam Young to actually win this round. This seems to be very possible for Red Reserve, of course. If you're sticking the defuse, Draken will make sure to take you down, and as you look at that, on the back of pistols and that one rifle purchased by Hampus, Red Reserve are able to pull it back. There's 11 rounds for them, and actually they didn't really even notice it or thought about it, but Team Spirit, even though they did win 4 rounds in a row, we can see their economy is quite in shambles. Yeah, they make the investment here, but I mean, you have a 5-7 here for Sotfic, a max 7 for Sam Young, but in terms of utility and defuse kits, I mean, it's looking pretty bad here for Team Spirit. Oh, okay, there's the max 7 finding the first kill. That's something I wasn't really hoping to see, but an eye for an eye, you could say. Freddie B wins the fight against Staff Cost. That's the AWP going down. And I'd say that's a pretty crucial scalp to be getting if you're Freddie. Alright, this may not necessarily be a victory in this round here for Red Reserve, as Team Spirit still holding all their ground, fighting off the opponents here. And even though Rusty will have some great positioning here in the Heaven area, the question is, can he even try to find a kill? Because Coley alongside his teammate Sam Young are very aware of the possibility that there's definitely a guy in the Heaven area. Oh, that's a pretty good flash. Does it blind out Colby here? Kind of looks like it because he didn't even fire out a single shot, but there's Young winning his fight. It may not be the end here for Team Spirit, but as we see Draken going down, that might just spell doom here for the Swedes. Hampus trying to win his fight, which he does win against Dima. And of course, Sophic and Young are very low in HP, so it's still quite doable here for Hampus. I'm not really sure if Team Spirit actually have the bomb in possession here. Hampus winning one crucial fight against Sophic. Right now, 20 seconds remaining. Hampus will recover the bomb, but at this point, he simply can't go on the B side. He has to commit here on the A side. And once he does so, he can actually find the kill here on Samdang. He's making his way here. Hampus will actually check the corner. No, he doesn't. And yes, that's going to allow a kill here for Samdang. And most importantly, there's Samdang getting 4 kills in this round. Almost single-handedly winning this round for the team. And we can see that this victory here for Team Spirit has left quite the dent here for the Red Reserve economy, as the terrorists right now, they're gonna have to go for an eco here, if not a double eco, because we do get to see Draken actually investing a bit more than he probably should have. So this could either be a double eco here for Red Reserve in the upcoming 2 rounds, or just the next round we will see a proper investment from Red Reserve, but it's just gonna be Draken on the pistol. Looking like a pretty solid round here for the Team Spirit players. We have seen them list the pistols in the past, sure, but I don't think this is going to be the round, because no Kevlar, no armor whatsoever here for Red Reserve, and they become very easy targets here for the rifles and the SMGs here. And this round, yeah, I think they've actually decided to go for double eco here, Red Reserve, so if anything, Team Spirit yet again have got a good chance to win one more round here on the CT side. Some utility being deployed here by Team Spirit, but not going to be able to see a single player so far, as you can actually even see that some of the Red Reserve players are playing very far back. I'm not sure, are they actually deploying utility, or... Oh yeah, looks like they have deployed the utility here towards the outside area. As right now, it looks like Red Reserve is going to have all 5 players of theirs just run down secret. This time around, Sophic can't stop the players, even though the Molotov is in fact their way. Once it ends up being extinguished, yes, they're going to continue on with the push here on the B bomb side. So far, so good here for Red Reserve. I mean, they've more or less made their way on the side itself, but if they want to plant the bomb here, they still have to go up against the likes of Dafkost and Dima. And now that you look at it, this might just be only... Oh, okay, right. Looks like Dafkost is back here. And right now, we do get to see the push here from the Red Reserve players. They're still have been able to find a kill so far. And as we can see, Team Spirit doing a pretty good job here in the hole, but as Grux finds that kill, they might just be able to plant the bomb here, Red Reserve. As the bomb does go down here. It's still quite a difficult retake here, but Draken somehow wins the fight against Coley, and Hampus might just try to win this fight against Samda Young. There we go, that's a massive kill with the CZ. And right now, Dafkas and Sophic do have quite a lot of their hands. They want to try to go for the retake here. Sophic, massive kill onto Hampus. Sophic goes for more here. Now it's all up to Draken. Sees Dafkas in that position, almost wins the fight against him. He does actually win it, but at the end of it all, Sophic will still have enough time to get the defuse in and also win the round for the team. So there are now 12 rounds here for Team Spirit. And you know what to say. Little by little, CTs are getting ever so closer to the round here to actually secure victory here in the first map. Overall, I think they've won, let me think, yeah, they've won 7 rounds here on the CT side in comparison to Red Reserve's only 1 round on the T side. And even that 1 round is pretty much on the back of pistols. 0 gun rounds whatsoever here for Red Reserve that they have been able to win. Oh, I haven't seen too much here from Team Spirit. Dafkos alongside his teammate Dima. Teammate Dima going to be playing a bit more aggressive here. You're hoping to find an early kill here, but it's actually pretty afraid to be opening things up here. Again, I do believe towards the outside area, it looks like Grux is able to find out Dima. And Dafkos still holding this pretty aggressive angle. I think if anything, if you're Red Reserve, you're going to be very aware of that push being a possibility. That there could still be one more player coming in at the ramp area. Davko, slowly but surely, is making his way here. And I'm not sure. Yes, Crux does end up revealing himself. And would you look at that, Davkos even finds a safe avenue to actually get back on the A bomb side. So I can't really say that this is looking too bad here for likes of Team Spirit. Oh, the timing, it's so impeccable. Coldy ends up winning the fight against Freddy B, and Rusty trying to find the opening here, does win against Coldy, but still like these trades here happening here at the A bomb side. Finally, we are going to be seeing a proper push here, but down to the one-on-one. Hampa still gets the spray in on Davkost, and that's going to be the round here for Red Reserve. That's a very important spray there that Hampa's got there right behind the wall, and would you look at that. Team Spirit, they barely have any money here, and looks like it's just going to be another eco here for the CT side. And of course, with that being said, Red Reserve do have themselves a very good chance at acquiring 13 rounds here. That's pretty interesting. Hampa ends up winning the fight against Hampa, so if anything, the guys with the pistols can now very easily acquire a rifle for their troubles. I mean, it's still overall looking like a pretty solid round here for the likes of Red Reserve, but I think there has been a bit of a stack here at the B bomb site. In fact, 3 of the players, if not more of them, are actually stationed on this B bomb site right now. So maybe there's still a possibility for Team Spirit to actually accomplish something here, but as we can see, Rusty ends up winning the fight. To that position, pardon me. For overall, it's still looking like a pretty good round here for Red Reserve. Not the cleanest of rounds, of course, but a victory nonetheless. Yeah, this is pretty much it. A tactical pause here by Red Reserve. They note that the stakes are pretty high in this best of 3. I mean, imagine if you are Red Reserve, you end up winning this map, you're going to have a much easier fare to actually close out the best of 3 series if you just head on over towards Dust 2. So overall, yeah, I kind of see the logic here by Red Reserve to actually take the time out here, discuss their approach for the upcoming rounds, as well, they're definitely in a position to actually win this one, obviously, but you can see that both teams are really struggling here in terms of money. That is, of course, a very sad scenario, I'd say, in the second half, because at this point, either team can actually get their money reset, which is, of course, a huge gain for the other one. So Team Spirit end up winning this one, so to speak. Actually reset the economy here for Red Reserve, and are that one step closer to achieve themselves the victory here on map 1. Looks like we are going to be seeing here a push here by the Red Reserve players. Slowly but surely are shifting here towards the ramp area. There's Davkos find the kill, and I think if anything, if you're Red Reserve and you want to continue on pushing towards the B side, you just have to smoke off Davkos in this position. There's no other way of putting it. Finally, the smokes do end up being deployed, and this is where the terrorists can very safely cross here over the B bomb site. Of course, just gonna have to face the likes of Dima, and already the Molotov actually misses here. So Dima doesn't have to reveal his position just yet, but as he does so, he does do some serious damage on Freddy, but it's still not enough to get that kill in for now, as Hampus takes down Sumdayan. This suddenly becomes a very good round here for Red Reserve. They should be able to plant the bomb here. And with that bomb being planted, I wonder if Team Spirit going to try to go for the retake with that kill here from Sotvic. I wouldn't be too surprised if they actually commit. Looks like they will have all of their players coming in here for secret. As they are slowly but surely, they're approaching here to the B bomb site. We can see that the Red Reserve players actually still have themselves some pretty good angles here, and yet Freddy B wins somehow that fight against Goldie. And right now, it's all up to Davkos to get the kill clutch in, but I think he realizes that his chances are pretty slim, and yeah, he's just gonna try to back away, try to save that 8 WP of his into the next round, because as I mentioned earlier, I mean, Red Reserve now, yes, they get the 14th round, but most importantly, they've actually reset the economy here for Team Spirit, so they will have to make some very important choices right now. Do the Team Spirit players want to try to go for the force spy here and accomplish something with those pistols and, of course, the AWP of Daft cost, or did they actually go for the eco here and then make a proper investment? Yeah, by all means, it looks like they choose the latter option, where they just go with the pistols. They have a guy like Daft cost on the sniper rifle, which, I mean, at this point in the game, I'd say, yeah, it's definitely a smart choice here. As accomplishing something with the pistols, it is quite difficult here in a game of Counter-Strike, but definitely a possibility. Daft cost almost actually lining up the shot there, which did look very close to the end. Right now, we can see the amount of pace that Red Reserve have here, and somehow Sotfik ends up winning the kill there. Right now, the Red Reserve players are going to continue on with their bomb player here at the bomb site, but we can see that even though they only have the pistols here, well, actually count that 8 OP for Daft cost and the AK-47 picked up by Sotfik, they still pose a threat here for the terrorists. Uh-oh, this isn't looking too good here for Red Reserve. Suddenly we're down to the 1-on-4 here, where Rusty has to try to win this round, but of course, as his position is revealed, he can't find a single kill, and somehow, on the back of those pistols, they're able to win such a crucial round here, Team Spirit, and I mean, it's just a pistol magic here in a game of Counter-Strike. Of course, it was also a very good thing that they did have Daft cost on the sniper rifle, and would you look at that? I mean, Team Spirit in this round, I mean, shall I say, the 27th round, they come in by just having the pistols and that 1 AWP for Daft cost, and they somehow come out of this round with 2 AWPs and 2 rifles being picked up. So obviously that's some great stuff here from Team Spirit. And even though they do end up winning the round here against Red Reserve, they haven't really reset their economy as T-side. They have built up a decent amount of bank themselves, so this is where they have to start expending it. And it should be a pretty decent investment here from the Red Reserve players, but interestingly enough, Hampus goes for the full-on investment. He goes for the AK-47, but the rest of his team is just going for an eco, so there seems to be some miscommunication here from the Swedish team. Definitely don't want to be having situations like that here, where the first map is coming to a close. Draken already quite low in HP, which I'm not really sure from where, but I do believe he's stationed there towards the vent room, so at the very least he's made his way towards the B bombs, so it's definitely worth something. Oh, that's some poor timing for Sotfik. Not sure if he's going to be able to catch off this T player right now, as Hampus has maneuvered his way towards the garage. Oh, Sotfik, yeah, he's definitely anticipating Hampus to be there, and yet again some poor timing here for Sotfik. Right now, we don't necessarily see a commitment here from the Red Reserve players. They're very much spread out here across the map. They do have a lot of their players towards the outside area, and in fact, Team Spirit have so much confidence they have cleared out radio alongside lobby, so if anything, Team Spirit are going to be very cautious about the outside area and thinking it might be a push from outside towards that A-bomb side. For to be in Hampus, just given free reign here in the heaven area. It kind of looks like this way they're going to try to find some of these kills, and so far so good here for Red Reserve. There's 2 kills for them, so it's definitely not too bad here. There's the 3rd one for Red Reserve, and make that the 4th. Suddenly the Team Spirit hold is just falling apart. It's all up to Dima to try to get the clutch in, but it's going to be very difficult here for Dima. The only good thing here is the fact that some of these Red Reserve players are definitely low in HP. He doesn't have the defuse kit to work with, and actually he does end up picking up from his own dead teammates, so there's a chance here for Dima. He's going to continue on here with the clutch. He's hoping to spot a Dragon who is quite low in HP, but the timing is not there. And think he might just, yeah, tries to stick the defuse in, but it's so difficult there for Dima. Somehow, Red Reserve end up winning a round with the pistols, and that is such a heartbreaking round for Team Spirit to lose. I mean, they had such a good opportunity to actually get themselves a couple of steps closer towards that victory in the first map, but I mean, this definitely puts a spanner in the works. Sophic right now, positioning himself towards the outside area. This is where he was able to find some kills earlier, but not this time around. This time around, it's going to be Hampus winning that fight against Sophic, and well, one thing I can say from this matchup, at least this first map so far, is that Hampus has been doing so much work here for the Swedish team. He's in fact, yeah, there we go, there's 30 kills here for Hampus in this matchup. So he's definitely pulling his weight, and alongside the teammates as well. Dafko sees the feed there of Freddy B. Easy kill for him. I'd say this is probably an opportune round here for Red Reserve to actually group up and hit one of the bomb sites. If anything, looks like that's pretty much going to be the role here. That's what they're going to be doing here at the upper bomb site. This is where they're able to find some kills, but you can definitely see the Team Spirit putting in some work here. Some massive kills for them. Dafkos and Dima going to be coming alive here, and going to be putting Team Spirit on 14 rounds here on the CT side. Right now, I mean, it's definitely not looking all sunshine and rainbows for Red Reserve, but this being the last round of the half, of course they will make the investment. You have the rifles here, the deagles, and some utility to work with. Red Reserve players making their way towards the outside area, it seems like. And it looks like that's what they're pretty much going to be doing here. They made their way towards outside, and they're just going to continue on pushing towards secret. And it's obviously pretty obvious that Red Reserve, I mean, the majority of the rounds they have been able to pick up were on the back of these bomb site B pushes, so it's definitely not too unconventional for them to continue on with their push here to some part of the map, which they did find success earlier. There's, of course, Hampus yet again finding kill on Sophic, but I didn't really notice it, but apparently there was some doing with the fight against Crux early on here with the Max 7, and looks like it will be a push here on the bomb site. There's Young again with that Max 7 of his, the third kill for Young. And suddenly the Max 7 is able to stop this push in its tracks, and there's no other way of putting it. We are going to be heading over to overtime here, as it will be 15-15. And whoa, what are these lovely looking gentlemen? There you go. Let's get back to the game, shall we? It's of course going to be our first set of overtime, and oh man, this should be quite interesting. As if anything, Team Spirit players definitely have themselves a good chance to actually close out the map. I mean, they've made themselves a bit of a comeback there in the second half, and to reach 15 is definitely a very good opportunity for them to actually close out this map right here, right now. Looks like we're going to be able to continue on with our overtime here. The red reserve players, I mean, the good thing for them, at the very least, that they're going to be starting things off here on the T side is that they will have loads of money. So you can now see the full potential from the T side here with them having the AK-47s and AWP in the hands of Draken, which, in all fairness, didn't see too much here in the second half. But at the same time, I mean, you will have to face also the likes of Team Spirit, who themselves have got a very solid investment, an AWP in the hands of Davcost, and of course a bunch of utility for their side. Davcost changed things up a little bit. Didn't play there from the secret area, and right now he might just be able to find a kill here if possible, but there's still some, well, in fact, not Davcost finding a kill, but his old teammates. Someday Young, he gets legged there by Draken. And right now, Red Reserve definitely are out of this round. I mean, Draken's still going to try to give it his best shot, but as we can see, the Team Spirit players know his positioning, and if anything, Draken maybe hoping to find a lucky wall bang, but it's going to be very difficult for him. Oh, that's a pretty good no-scope. Actually lands it on the feet of Davcost, but for now, I mean, for how long can Red Reserve's Draken just continue on trying to get the wall bangs in? It's still going to be a very difficult attempt for him, but it looks like he wants to try to contest it, which, I mean, does make a lot of sense because this is overtime with loads of money with 16k, so he might end up losing the first round, so to speak, but he's still going to have loads of money in the next one. So 15 seconds remaining. Looks like Draken is going to try to move on in. There's the first kill on Sophic. Still a couple more to find here. Almost lines it up. And it's still going to be the round here for Team of Spirit. 16 for them. And of course, for those of you guys who don't really know who's going to be able to come out on top here in overtime, it's always going to be the team that ends up winning the 19 rounds here. And so far, Team Spirit got 1. And there's still just 3 more shy to actually secure themselves a victory in the first map. Smoke wall towards outside. Hampus leading the charge. But it doesn't look like that's going to be too successful push. If anything, we have to be looking towards the ramp. This is where an important fight might take place. Dima definitely sees the possibility of a couple more players coming his way, so he decides to play this one a bit more safer, and I do respect that from Dima. Sees the headshot angle there for Grux. Does end up doing some damage on him, but still not the kill here. Right now, as Hampus does go down towards Secret, Davcost has revealed his position. He's right now in a spot where he can help out his teammate Dima, but at the same time, as Red Reserve going to continue on with their push, Davcost must also be very careful of a player coming in for Secret, and that is in fact going to be Freddy B. Or will be, in fact. Looks like Freddy is going to try to go for a wraparound, but he has been spotted out by one of those players, and he will go down to the hands of Sotvic. Even though the Red Reserve players are making their way back on the A-bomb side, it's still going to be very difficult to get out of this hut. I mean, we can see that Coley sees the possible kill. Right now, with that bomb being dropped here, Draken, last man standing, will find himself in a very difficult position. That is where Team Spirit do get themselves 17 rounds here on the CT side. looks like Team Spirit still gonna be continuing on here towards this position. In fact, Demo will be able to find a kill here on Freddy B. With that nade being deployed, that's some early damage on some of these players, and Demo was able to find 3 kills in that scenario. Very well done here by Demo, and can't say that's the most successful flick here from Daft Cost. This is the time where I wouldn't be too surprised if Red Reserve, yes, just continue on pushing on this B bomb side. They still have to clear out every single nook and cranny to make sure there's not a single Team Spirit player here. But what free... It's not big right now. We'll get the better of Hampus. So this right now means that, again, it's Draken, last man standing. This has been the case for him these past 3 rounds, and well, that's a good way to start things off. He wins the fight against Sotvik, but how on earth is he going to be able to win the next 2? Because Coley, Samdayang, full HP, as well as the rifles to boot, so I'm not sure how were they able to screw this one up here against a low HP Draken. He's definitely thinking about the possibility of actually going back towards the A bomb set, and he might just be able to do just that because Coley alongside Samdayang gonna continue on to stick together towards the B bomb site. It's just that once Draken is going to commit to the bomb plant, it's gonna be pretty obvious where Draken is stationed at. So right now, 10 seconds remaining. I think even the Team Spirit players might just begin to realize that something's not right here. And as Draken is punching in the numbers, it's pretty much obvious where the bomb has been planted. Of course, Draken gonna be looking towards the vents. This is definitely a good possibility for him to get an early frag here on one of the players who might just be on the ladder, but of course, there's still 2 more to find. Or shall I say 1 more to find. That's going to be a flawless half here for Team Spirit. They're going to be able to acquire themselves 3 rounds, and at the very least, they do have themselves another second of overtime, if that's going to be required. But the way they've been playing so far, I honestly don't think that's going to be necessary. All they need now is just to have 1 more round on the terrorist side, and we're going to be heading over to our second map, which is Dust 2. Yeah, Dima definitely had a pretty good showing here, taking down 3 of those Red Reserve players. Looks like Draken definitely tempted a possibility. I'm trying to find an early frag here towards the outside, but if anything, that Molotov is going to delay things just for a little bit. But he's definitely going to continue on with the repig, and he does win the fight against Sotvik. That's a good frag for him. It still doesn't look too bad here with Daft. For in fact, Team Spirit as Daft was able to get that kill, and suddenly Team Spirit, you can continue on with a B bomb side push, and as Dima takes down Hampus, this is now looking much better for them. At the very least, they might just be able to pull this one off. Dima puts himself in a very great position here towards heaven. And right now, it looks like Team Spirit are going to be able to plant the bomb here on the A bomb side. Freddy B alongside Draken pretty much out of this one already. And even though Freddy B is trying to spot out someone here towards heaven, it's just not going to be too easy for him. Draken alongside Freddy. Going to continue on with the retake here. But as Dima hears the footsteps and the AUG being fired off right next to his ear. Looks like he's gonna try to find the kill here, but of course, if anything, Freddy B with that AUG of his does have a bit more accuracy, and it does end up winning the fight against Dima. But as we can see, the timer is ever so lower. There's Coley with the frag of his own, and Samdayang wins it against Freddy.